Final comments. Mm-hmm. Nope. True. There is also the continued.
There are Reddit threads about these type of men, and I don't want to
All right,
answer it on
guys.
my
Good
phone.
morning once. Good morning twice. Good morning another time to get things right. This is episode session 90 of World Breakers Campaign, as we try to save our friends from going too far down the wormhole. Okay, so last session on World Breakers, the Ugai had a conversation about what to do with the new information they got from the room where it happens, deciding that they need to figure out where the door to that room actually leads in escalation, going about securing that if they need to, figuring out what changes have happened to escalation now that it has risen 90 feet in the air, and potentially making plans to move to the next Wall City if that's what makes sense to do. The group discovered that the room where it happens, the actual physical door leads to a warehouse in the Undercity, under the connected to the Underbaron's Manor. After a brief discussion about how to handle that, the group decided that first and foremost, a conversation with the Underbaron needed to happen, and what happens from there is kind of loosey-goosey. It was suggested that potentially maybe removing the Underbaron might be the solution, but there were other options, of course, and Relcurus does have a contingent of people to secure the room's door if need be. Upon leaving the World Between Worlds and going back to the Ugai HQ, you saw many children in the living room tending to wounds. You ran into Risto, who is now a member of Topher's gang, having been de-aged and involved in that. He did report to you there was massive damage to all the kids, as it were. And after some inspection, you realize that all the 11s are being changed to 10s on all of their uniforms. That they had all been de-aged by one. As when the city rose, the areas they occupied were somewhat crushed. Topher is currently helping excavate and check for survivors and get people out of that area, so he wasn't there to talk with you guys. But after a kind of long conversation with Risto, you all made your way out of your headquarters into Escalation at Large as you make your way to the Undercity. Valkyris did inform you that Crackham is virtually okay. A lot of the aristocrats and 1% didn't make it, but most of the city itself did. After scrying on the king of Crackhammer, you all found out that he's in possession of the king golem and seems to be piloting it and having a ball. Any other questions, comments, concerns, or reminders before we jump in?
Feely's no longer attuned to that stone, right?
Correct. Attunement is broken, but as Bob said when you guys were talking to Bob, breaking attunement to the stone does not change the fact that whatever presence has already entered your mind. So whatever thing is in your head is still there, even though you're not tuned to the stone.
I just wanted to remind everybody that it's the 21st night of September.
Okay, so as you all make your way through Escalation, moving towards what is now the ladders down to the Undercity. The city is pretty changed in their general demeanor. There's a lot more armed people walking the streets. Everyone seems to be a little more serious, a little more on guard and alert. As you move towards the main entrance to the main city, there's just a line's worth of soldiers and mercenaries just kind of getting armament and weapons and magical items as they just prepare for whatever may come. As no one's quite sure why their city rose 90 feet in the air. And everyone is just, the general vibe you get as you walk around is that they believe this is a pending attack, a continuation of what happened in Craghammer somehow. You even see the shopkeep to the magic shop you guys keep having, the gem shop you guys keep having issues with. He is out there. He has his own station in the queue of lines, and he's handing out rings to people as they walk by, and they're putting on their rings, and some of them are taking flight to go inspect the underneath of this risen city. Some seem to be growing a bit in size. These seem to be enchanted rings he's handing out.
Anybody start building steps yet?
No, it has only been maybe 12 hours. And you're 90 feet in the air. Building 90 feet worth of steps is a bit of a situation.
Well, so, Feely, can't you talk to plants or some shit? Maybe get them to form some steps.
Yeah, that was the goal, and then somebody talked me out of it.
Well,
these lines that they're having things just handed out in, does it look like just anyone's in line?
You can definitely see members of the guilds, the respective guilds of Escalation. You see both like soldiers, guards. It doesn't look like these are people you've seen in town before. There's no strangers in this line. And you do see, like, at the end of it, there does seem to be someone there kind of putting people in and out of it. You do not get the impression that a stranger could hop in this line and get weapons, armaments, items. This seems to be a bit of a, if we're attacked, this is your post, this is what you get your weapon and we get ready.
Gotcha.
But as you all make your way to what used to be the steps that led down to the Undercity, there's a gentleman with a large logbook that looks up and says, "Oh, the Ugai. Oh, so good you're here. Are you planning to help the city in some sort or fashion? Are you going to fix this? Do you know what happened?"
Who's asking?
Some
guy with a logbook.
Some guy with a logbook.
Mhm.
Elvin looks a little on the skinny side. You get the impression that he's not used to being outside very much, but he's very good at note keeping. So
We're
he's
taking-
but yeah.
Sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
say we're taking stock of everything that's gone on. All the damage. See where we can best assist.
Oh, excellent. I will inform Roland that you're on the case. You gotta write something down.
We are on the
We-
case for what? I'm sorry.
He kind of just waves his hand to the new 90-foot high vista. On the case for the city being in the air.
Okay.
Kind of
Let's
leans
not
forward. You don't
put down
have to.
any-
You don't really have to. I'm gonna write it down. It'll make people feel better, but you don't have to fix this.
Okay.
This
thank
is
you.
our
I was-
home too.
I was going to say.
Of course,
I
we'll
do
do what
not
we
know what I'm
can
supposed to do.
when we can.
Of course. I mean, just so you know, we're kind of co-opting all the guilds and all the hero teams and stuff like that, just like that. I'm saying, hey, it's you. You're helping, and they go, and I write it down. So don't feel like it's just on you.
Hmm.
Are you going to the Undercity, or are you trying to go to the ground?
Undercity.
Oh, that's easy. There's some ladders. If you trip, you die. So take your time.
How are folks getting to the ground?
They're not. Well, those with the ability to fly are heading on down. Those with featherfall are, well, they can't get back up, so they're not going. The Undercity's currently trying to rally because, well, their mines are down there and they're up here, so that's a little bit of an issue.
Mm. Oh,
But at the moment, those who can fly are going down. Those who can't are, drinking or getting ready to fight. We're not quite sure what the situation calls for just yet.
okay.
Brian, do I sense a presence of like roots and things of that nature, like on the walls, for me to like
On the
do that plant magic?
Certainly not on the walls. I mean, there's plant life throughout this city for sure. As far as a 90-foot vine, beanstalk, or stair situation, that would be far, far, far outside the scope of what you're capable of doing on your own.
You'll be surprised.
I don't think I would, but
Let him
I mean,
roll
if-
for it. Let him roll.
if you let them roll, if you are overly inclined to make that happen, you could possibly do so.
hmm Now, in my head speak, I tell my group, last week I tried to do some plant magic, and y'all told me not to do it for free. If anyone, what will I roll to see if I have the ability to do this, Brian?
Well, I don't even know what spell you think can create 90
hold
feet
on.
of plant stairs.
90 feet of stairs.
I plant growth
It's
in
more
the
like a rudimentary staircase.
You're not saying a spell to me. You're just saying.
I'm pulling up D&D Beyond so I can find a spell for you.
Why do you think a staircase is easier than a beanstalk?
Interesting question.
It just might be safer.
No, yeah, sure. But why do you think that's easier for you to create than just making a tree really big or making a beanstalk? Like you're shooting for actual architecture instead of just a large thing that people can use.
I'm tired of you nerfing my character.
Bring the play.
That's it.
All right, so commune with nature,
Okay.
1 second. No, that's knowledge of spells. Where's that spell at? Not Wrath of Nature.
Not. No.
Nope. All right, y'all keep talking. I'll find this bad boy.
Just a quick housekeeping thing. When at the start of the day, I put Shadow of Moyle into the ring. No spell storing.
Is that your
Also
creepy shadow
used-
friend?
Yes. No, actually, that's something different.
Okay.
Also putting Death Ward on myself, and then would have taken a short rest before we left, which is
Okay.
a morning ritual.
Death Woods a morning ritual? Jeez.
After that last fight, it is now.
Fair enough. You did almost check. Okay.
You said it rose 90 feet.
Sorry. Yes.
I mean,
it rose 90 feet from the ground.
if this is where we are, is it continuously rising, or is it just looks like it's stationary to
No,
us?
it stopped.
It stopped. It's stationary.
What if? How?
We chose to take it
Sorry,
all the
you
way
were
to the top.
still.
All right, so I could use plant growth.
I was about to say.
All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on a point become thick and overgrown. Like a staircase. Okay, not like a staircase.
Like us.
I was gonna say, what if we did it on like existing trees, like a tall tree? Because I also have it. If we like double charge it.
I mean, we have rope. I'm sure the city has rope. People can get down if they need to, but making it easy to get down and in and out is the hard part.
We can get some trees to grow and bend.
And make a tree bridge.
Maybe this isn't our battle. And we just keep going on with what we were doing.
In my head, I say, do we need to be in the room since it is going to the top?
No.
Okay.
Philly, roll a nature check for me with advantage.
I don't feel stronger.
Uh-oh, here we go. He found a way. I'm looking for checks. I'm on my phone, navigating this app.
No problem.
I jumped +5 already. Oh, damn, a 4?
Oh, no.
You get advantage, so you roll it again.
Thank you. $16.
16. So, in the theory, no, plant growth would never make anything 90 feet taller than it is.
It's not that I want to make it 90 feet taller. I want to take existing plant-like structures and make them overgrown to a point where people can safely descend or ascend.
No, I understand what you're describing here, but like this is a scale model of the world here. Like we're looking at, these are very tall trees that are currently existing around the city, and they are. You're looking at taking existing trees and making them grow 90 more feet.
Those look like baby trees.
They are not baby trees. They are big boy trees.
Just make them adults.
I feel like big boy trees can be like 30
Saplings.
40.
These aren't new. So, anyways, because
Like I grew
that's
those
getting
trees.
really far in the weeds.
In the trees. Not
In the
weeds.
tree. Ha, ha,
Yes,
ha.
and too far in the thicket. So, as currently designed to the highest extreme of your abilities, this would not work. But you do have the inclination that should you want your powers enhanced to accomplish this.
Stop
That
tempting
could be
me,
done.
Satan. No.
So this could be done if you really wanted it to.
I don't want it that bad.
I was about to say, I look at my cousin pondering and say it's not worth it. Let's move on.
Feely, I think you were correct before. We don't do jobs that can be done by civilians.
Jeez.
Benitos.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yes, you, barring any other reason not to, you all make your way to the ladder and carefully make your way down to the Undercity. The Undercity is just full of traffic, people running around, everyone trying to check damage. For the most part, as you're looking around, walking down here, there's not much damage done down here. There is a large contingent of guards right by the front gate when you enter. They all recognize you and let you by without any issue. But you can see there's a gathering of maybe 4 or 5 other people that have been stopped at the gate, more or less, and are trying to argue that they need to get into the Undercity. They need to see the Underbaron, and they have all these great needs, and they're being turned away and told to go back upstairs.
They tell us that?
No, they're telling the other people who are down here trying to get in. They let you guys pass because they recognize you.
Oh, okay. Does it seem like they're telling them because they don't want? See, like,
roll
it's
insight.
kind of just like a us versus them, or is it like a y'all don't need to know what's down here?
Go ahead and roll insight for me.
Hold on, I gotta find the plus here. It's 18 plus 5, so 23.
Okay. It very much feels like the beginnings of an us versus them situation. At this point, it seems like they don't want to let anyone from the upper city into the undercity at the moment. As you're kind of walking through the guards and hearing some of the conversations behind them, the undercity seem to be very worried that they're going to get blamed for this. That the overcity will somehow think they caused this, somehow they did something that will cause the entire city to rise. So at the moment, it's more, don't let people who may decide we're the enemy down here right now.
I share this with the group.
I read your thought bubble.
Where you guys headed?
So the Underbaron, right?
Round tip.
Yes, I don't need anything, but I would like to stick my head into it and another thing and make sure that I can't remember his name, but make sure that the shopkeeper's all right.
Is that where the spice was had, or no?
Yes, that's where
Yeah,
you
we
guys had
did.
spice. That's where someone broke their pact
This
with
is-
their warlock and got slammed against a wall.
Excellence? Is that his name?
I believe it's actually
That
that's
sounds
also
good,
where
yeah.
Catra decided to let a demon into her head.
Again. I
Asked it what it needs.
not exactly
How
what
can I
happened
help?
How can I help?
Every
I
time
will
you
never
say,
forget that.
I didn't say
Both
how
my
can I help?
eyeballs
I
It
said,
was
what
something-
do you-
bulged out of my head.
What'd you
I
say?
Hmm?
What did you say?
Me?
Yeah, what did you say to the
Something along the lines of like, what do you want? Something, but it wasn't like a you can come get it. Like,
It was very open ended. Like,
no.
Sorry, I'm
what
sorry.
can I
I'm sorry.
do for you, or how can I help, or something like
No, it was not.
It was,
how
it
can
was
I help?
that? I
legitimately like
distinctly remember it 'cause
number,
I
number
almost
3 on the
Oh.
no-no
choked on my
list.
drink when you said it.
You know what?
It's like, it's the
How
like
can I help you type thing? Okay.
if you touch a Ouija board,
How-
these are the things you don't say, and it was like
You know
number
what?
2. I don't make the
You know
rules.
what?
Don't
I
be.
can he said I could, the way he said it, I was like, oh, not like a actually how can I help, but like a yeah, that's
Alright.
enough.
What?
Fuck you want, but
Hard
not.
pulled. told Baba Yaga to name her price.
So excellence, we're gonna go. I believe that's what his virtue was. So as you walk over to Excellence's shop, there's still the major image outside of it of Slyrak in his cool cloak
Oh my god.
that says this champion. Except now you see he's like holding two pillars steady as everything's shaking, just keeping the city safe.
wow.
It's like arm, and tail wrapped around the pillar, just holding them steady and just nodding with confidence as people walk by.
I look at it and say, how ironic. In our heads.
I whisper back. I say, "Let's not mention the broken tail."
Oh,
We walk in the door.
As you go in, you see Excellence is kind of just doing an inventory. You see a lot of crates are out that he's kind of putting more fragile things into crates. He looks up. There he is. I just knew we're in danger. Who's going to come to the door? It's going to be my guy. Are you here to save us, or are you just passing through?
We just came to make sure you are all right.
My friends, I do appreciate it. I am okay. A few things fell off the walls, but we are getting them together. I am going to put the more fragile things in boxes just in case the city goes back down.
Very good. There's not anything you need.
Well, need? No. If
What
you,
should I be keeping my eye out for?
well, assuming the city does fall 90 feet to the ground, I'm not quite sure what would keep me safe exactly. But if you had something that could revive me instantly, or make me immune to damage, or keep me suspended in like a bubble.
Well, I'll say, maybe if you get a cube of force or something.
No, that so goes by physics. I would die instantly.
Really?
Yes.
I thought minus was
We've
minus
had this.
one.
We've had this
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah, that
so
would
many
be
times.
good.
Oh, yeah.
What if
Yes.
what if we got a ring of spell
Well.
story and had somebody put Featherfall in?
I like the idea. I have a ring, but I feel like if this something falls 90 feet and I'm floating, I'm just gonna hit my head on the ceiling. Very, very
Uh-huh.
hard.
Get a fly spell, then you can hover as it falls.
Ooh.
He still hits his head if the building falls.
But if
No,
I
no,
keep
it's-
pace with the fall,
Mm-hmm.
it depends how fast it falls. Ooh. He starts going through a box. Fly. And he pulls out like a ratty looking boot. That's one. And goes to another box and pulls out another boot. Aha! And he'll put the boots on. Great work. You guys are always just laser focused. Okay, I feel better.
Do you feel
That's
comfortable?
what we do.
Well, if you're not saving today, I do appreciate you stopping by to say hello, but I would really like for no one else to come in. So if you could keep a low profile, Slyrak, I don't want them to know. I don't want to call you a mascot. I don't want them to know you're here because they'll think they should come to my shop right now. And right now, I think we're maybe having a civil war. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to hide the good stuff. So, just tell them I'm closed if anyone asks.
Don't you have a sign
Closed
you
for
can
now.
put on the door?
Understood.
You never put up a closed sign because then people go to the next store. You let them come in and you disappoint them in their face.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then if they look like they have money, you're magically open.
Sure.
Listen, Excellence.
Yes.
If things get really bad, you really think that you are unsafe. Are you able to reach out to us?
What?
We can get you out of here if you absolutely need it.
Oh, are you being honest with me? Are you lying? You could get me out?
If you need an escape, yes.
Yes. I knew when I signed you on for this endorsement deal, it will change my life. Okay? If I feel unsafe, I will reach out to you and expect you to immediately save me. Thank you
I may need a few
so,
minutes to wrap up
so
what I'm doing. but
5
will
minutes
come
to
and
save my life. Okay, I will space out my impending death for 5 minutes. At which point,
Fortunately
you
for
will
you,
come save me.
time is
Patting Slyric on the shoulder as she goes.
Fortunately for you, time has become somewhat malleable for me.
Oh,
Ooh,
Lord.
how
I said,
ominous and
Slyric
scary.
paid too much. Let me go.
What a terrifying sentence you just said. Okay. I appreciate it. Do not save any of my competitors. Just me.
What the fuck?
Stay safe, Excellence.
Boy.
Bullshit, I'm all
He
guy.
saves Cyrac, and he'll go back to storing some of the more fragile things in boxes as you guys head out.
I think I liked that guy more last time.
I need to get that storefront in Craghammer off the ground.
For him?
Yes.
I don't think he
That
needs
was
any
kind
more
of
money.
always the plan.
You just do it for yourself. Forget him.
He has all the connections with
I was gonna
all
say,
of
he's
the
kind of the plug.
merchandise. He is the supplier. I do not wish to spend my day in a store.
You guys continue making your way through the Undercity. Crowded streets, but people let you pass.
What's the place that sold magical weapons?
Well, and another thing was one of the places. There are a couple different shops here that sell a variety of things. No one here specializes in magical weapons. You guys make your way down to the Underbaron. There's a heavy flow of traffic going in and out of his manor. There seems to be a younger goblin, kind of finely dressed, kind of handling all the traffic going in and out. No, put that over there. You have to wait till 3 o'clock. Get out of here. No cutting the line. Just as people come and walk back and forth, and as you guys approach, he looks up, adjusts the glasses. Do you need something from the Underbaron?
We have
We have
something for him.
I don't really have time for the riddle thing. Is he expecting you?
No, but I
we have it
No,
for
but if you tell him that the guy is here, he'll understand.
Sure he will. The Ugai. And he writes something down on his book and says, I'll have time to mention that to him in a minute. For now, please stand over to the side and do not block traffic.
He's probably gonna be pretty upset at you if he finds out that you waited to tell him that we're here.
He's been upset with me plenty of times. Now's not a time when he can possibly fire me, so I'll just eat that one on the chin.
I don't know. The fact that we're here means that he probably could.
Okay.
Someone
sorry.
roll persuasion for me. Unless you have something to say first,
I
Phoenix.
have something to say.
Yeah.
My compatriots, I do not exactly know why they're doing what they're doing, but we do have information for him that he may find valuable.
that he will definitely find valuable.
Is it pertinent to the city being 90 feet in the air?
Possibly.
Could be.
Don't think we'd be here if it wasn't.
He's going to help us figure that out.
Slyric has the highest charisma,
Yep.
right? By
Sorry,
far.
I got the riz.
All right. A roll.
Charisma.
I can guide him. I'll
9 on the dice is 19.
with guidance
I think.
too.
Not with guidance.
I meant I said I was.
You can,
A D4.
Here's my D4. I gotta find my D4. There it is.
There it is.
3. So 20.
All right.
There we go. 22.
Okay, he frowns at you all, says, wait here. Goes inside, closes the door, comes back out a few minutes later and says, look whose lucky day it is. Cutting the line. Everyone back up. Who got cutting the line? There's a few messages that kind of like confused about why he's announcing it. Very understand that he's just being a jerk right now. They gotta back up and kind of give you guys some nods, like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. You all begin walking in, and he holds out a hand and tries to stop Relcurus. Relcurus kind of smiles down, tries to stop Relcurus.
Oh,
Relcurus kind of smiles at him and says, "Oh, no. And just puts his hand in his face and just moves him slowly to the side. Yeah, the guy was kind of sliding back like...
I definitely couple.
Well, we could have done that the whole time.
Right.
I didn't know if you all wanted to. Yes, you can always push
That'd be a
any
witness, like-
door person to the side. They're door people.
Don't, that's not.
Hey, come on.
Let's...
Hey.
You all just verbally did the same thing.
I
Verbally.
don't recall doing any such thing.
That's fair.
I do.
And in our heads, I'll say, so we didn't really plan this ahead. So here's my pitch. We tell the Underbaron that we are already investigating the rise. We are pretty deep in, and we need access to his storeroom.
Huh?
But our investigation is already built, and we need him and his men to stay out.
No. I did not say we mentioned the storeroom at all. What the fuck is going on with you? What's wrong with you people?
Wait, why are there a guy here at large?
Wait,
I don't
why
know.
are we here if not
That's
to get
kind
access to
of why you're here.
Right.
Okay.
Right, I thought I was like going crazy here for a second.
I thought we were here for the Craghammer.
I have a totally right. I was here for the Craighammer stuff, but that's totally separate.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you learned some stuff from Craig. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, to be clear,
I was like,
Relcurus
the
is
story,
here
it's
to
like-
secure that door. That's why
Okay.
he's with you.
Okay, right. Okay.
We can
So-
start off with Craghammer and then lead into the room.
But I don't.
I imagine the rising is going to be the first topic that he wants to speak about.
Sure.
But we're not telling him why, though. Correct? How they're
No.
connected, right?
No. I didn't think so.
So what?
We're not telling them everything that we know. We're just letting them know we're on it. We need.
Right, that's what I said.
No.
That we're
You-
already investigating it,
Listen, assholes, we will have to.
but we've already put
Wait,
in all the legwork.
Yeah, we'll need to work.
We need him to stay out of it, but we need
This
access
will
to
raise
his door.
suspicions.
It's a waste of what?
He should be happy that we're already on this because it's
Oh.
his problem.
This will raise suspicions. I think this is.
So how straightforward are you being
Ridiculous.
about this? Like, we need your
So-
storeroom? Like, what are we saying here?
We will say this is a conversation you guys
Our
were having back in
investigation-
your home. So
Yeah.
Relcurus will
I've
say,
been there.
so Relcurus will say, what do we... So our goal here is to lock down that room, right? I mean, I know you have other things you want to talk to him about, but, like, we need that door secured. Is
Mhm.
there a convincing lie of why we will occupy his storeroom, or do we need to just say things that are partially true?
Mm.
They are going to lie to me.
Little
and I
bit
know
of
it's
the
very
truth.
convincing.
I think if we create a lie, it's going to invite questions. If we
Is
are
there a way
telling
we
him
could-
that we are already working to solve his greatest problem at the time, it's going to disarm him, and he should not have as many questions.
Wait. What if? So he's the one who hired us to handle that Fey incursion, right? With the red caps.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
But what if we kind of lean on with partial truths, right? And say
Yeah.
that we've heard that from our investigation, we know that this rise is related to some other realm interfering. But and
Where did we get this information?
this door could possibly lead to it, and we need to secure it and make sure nothing can come
Where did we
through
get this information?
it. We don't need to
Weeks of investigation.
He's going to ask this.
and we have to say it's not something we can divulge.
Okay.
Would it be possible to say that
I
there's
was gonna
something in this
By the way,
room?
you sit in the corner.
I mean, it's true. It's
I
like
think
another.
this
It's like
story
another
nonsense
realm.
is just
It's
nonsense.
It's not really good.
Would it be possible to say that there's something in the room that we need without revealing that it's the door that we're trying to lock down?
No, we need to make it seem like that the worst possible thing for him to do is to open it.
Well, all right? How about this? Because I think that's silly. What is the reason that he cannot go in this room now?
He doesn't know. You think he knows it's a room in there?
No. What is the reason that he cannot go into the room where it happens?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because we need privacy.
Why?
That's the only good reason.
Rokura
I-
says, because there is a giant world map that locates the wall cities as important, points to the decision we made, and has giant coils of energy stretching out to the ether.
True. It's not.
This is a dangerous place. I do not think we can keep him out of it by whatever you guys are doing. I do not have the answer.
I was about to say. So what? What do you?
Well, if you don't have a fucking better idea,
What are
then
you
what are we
contributing?
doing?
Seriously.
Because I think the whole thing, please don't go into your room. Is
We're in the room. Like, we have to do something.
Unless we can.
This conversation is
now-
happening before. If you guys want to retract
Yeah,
going
yeah.
here, that's an option too.
Can we destroy the evidence other than the coils, the map and all that? Can we?
I just.
It was not a paper map.
built
It was
into the
it's
table.
built
I know.
into the table. Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
There are
I-
weapons.
I just honestly don't see how this is better than Manny's original plan.
There are weapons in there. I think that's one of the places they may want to go if they think it's going to
Oh,
be.
sorry.
War.
My bad. I don't see how this is better than Slyra's
No, it's not.
original
Don't
plan.
go
We're
into
just
the
giving
storeroom.
them more
Don't go into the
information.
door in the back of the storeroom.
For what reason?
I just said because we our understanding is that it'll open to another realm that's causing this issue.
Why? Oh my gosh! If someone said that to you, would you just not go in there?
I mean,
Would you not
if
open
if
the
I
door?
had the history of other realms coming through
If
previously,
it was
that I
a
had to hire
stranger,
somebody.
I would not. But if it's a
I would open the
group
fucking
that
door.
has helped me
Right,
Who
before.
the fuck doesn't want to see what the other realm is?
No. He had to hire us to come deal with the issue that was killing off his people from another realm. I don't, given that history specifically, I don't think.
You guys say
You
what you
do
want to say. I will follow the group.
I mean, if you don't have anything useful to contribute here,
No, I think our.
And as
our
long as he
play-
doesn't
is to
go to
build
try
a
to
fall-
look in it like in the first 4 hours, then Valkyrus is gonna have a squadron to stop him if he does try.
well, so that was my next thing I was going to bring up. As you saw, the front gate's a bit barricaded. I can still get my people down here. I do have some people down here to begin with. But if we're just taking the thing, we can just tell them we're taking it. Like, we don't have to song and dance it around.
We can. I was trying to avoid that. I'm not opposed to that, but
But I mean, if we
I-
song and dance him, right, get him to stay out of it for X amount of time, and in that time, I bring 50 guys down here. There's going to be follow-up questions that you are now on the hook to answer.
you don't bring your men through here. You bring your
In the
men through the back
door?
way.
Well, that puts him in the room, the home between worlds for a moment.
Only for a moment as we escort them. In one door and out the other.
That could happen.
They don't actually have to go into our area.
we
All
can
the
ask,
doors are in that
Front, yeah,
same
true.
area.
We could.
we can ask them to put up
We
a
can
little
put up
curtain.
some
I was
Exactly.
thinking-
stone wall
I
or a
was thinking
plant
curtain.
wall or something.
Yeah, there's options here. I
Simple,
like
up,
this. This can be done. Okay, so we are going to. Okay.
I just
okay.
do not see.
So we're saying skip the conversation, put people there. They can ask questions later.
Why would the door in the back of the storeroom randomly be open now if it was never open before?
We don't know.
And we are calling attention to it.
That's what we're saying.
Well,
Maybe we
we-
can fulfill that.
We don't know what the Underbaron knows about that door to begin with. That's the only thing I see a conversation having any value. But
What if we just build something in the room and put a false door?
I was trying to keep it
That's what I was
very
saying before.
bare bones.
I said I
Fine,
can.
you guys
We're-
go and say what you want to say.
Investigating.
We're talking
We
about
need
not
access
going
to your.
All this sounds good if Slyrak's original plan doesn't work.
But
But
to
I think it's-
Roku's point, if the conversation doesn't go to plan, or even if it does, then now we have to answer questions, and who knows how long he'll. Maybe we just take it quietly and then go from there.
I think we take it quietly, and you guys lose a friend. I think that's just how this plays out.
But if he doesn't, would he know it was us if we take it quietly?
Eventually.
What if? Okay, so, if we bring the people through the middle realm, I can't think what it's called. Are
Home
we gonna
between
put them
worlds.
inside this storage place, or they're gonna sit on the inside? Like, where would the people be?
Is it just outside the storage? Or I guess
I'd rather them be in the storage room than in the
How long?
indefinitely.
So how are they gonna eat and so on and so on? Are they gonna have to sneak in and out?
It works better with permission. Without permission, we may need to set up someone to relay food.
So we
Food and waste
still
bucket.
need to talk to Underbear.
Yes,
which
unless we can
could
find.
just open the door from our side.
I was gonna
and
say,
hand
why
the
not
food to
just-
them?
Exactly. Why not keep using the same system?
No, you can. That's completely possible. We can also find a bunch of dead people and have Bob give us some people. Then they wouldn't need to eat. Though that may draw questions if someone ever opens the storage door and there's a bunch of skeletons. But
Also, it's
no,
too-
so we can hide them.
Something
We can
stronger than
feed them.
skeletons and zombies.
Yes, we can hide them. We can feed them, but they will work best if anyone questions them, and they can say your names. They are here at the behest of the Ugai.
Well, I don't like that.
That's the only way they don't get shot or
So
attacked.
conversation is the only way to get this to go off scot-free with no hitches.
Well, we can't assume that either.
If conversation does not work, we can still get it done, just with a few hitches.
Yes. So that's
I don't
how I'm
understand
feeling.
that one. What are the hitches? If he says no, stay away, and his suspicions are aroused, which I think is Fino's point, then then what?
Then plan B is we take it by force, right?
Well, plan B is we kill him. Plan C is we backdoor and just occupy.
Now they know we were the ones in here, so they're gonna
Yes,
know.
they do.
Dude, why killed Underbaron?
And we still lose a friend.
And you would
And
still
the
lose a
foot
friend.
of the Undercity?
Well, I mean, to be
Are-
fair, we can open any door and leave anytime we want.
Right. I was
It's not like
just
we have
gonna
to
ask,
exit
Is there
this
any
room.
open keys yet, or are they all in use right now?
There should be one open key, right?
I thought there was still one left.
Yeah, but
We have Craghammer. We have Escalation.
Mm-hmm.
We have the door of the room where it happens.
This-
Those are the only three, right?
Yep, and Rokurus is his key is currently used for his home. I
Right.
believe you guys have one more key.
Yes, we got one extra. Okay.
we're trying to plan from the room. We're not actually here right now.
Correct. You're not
So if
actually
we
in this
kill
room
this
right
guy,
now. You guys are back.
around that.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I don't want to kill your friend, and I know the Underbaron. We get along. Should he expire, we don't leave the body there. We take it with us. Everyone disappears from the room, and it gets marked down as look at all these crazy things happening. Maybe or not. I mean,
And it's just one more place we can't go back to for a while.
it's
Oh.
just the Undercity, guys. I mean, I think what we're doing is more important than we can pay them, we can bribe them, we can make trades. I have resources, you have resources. He's busy trying to hold off a civil issue, it seems. We walk in both worlds of the upper city and the undercity.
All right. So okay. So what is this? How? I'll go with the group. However you all see fit. I personally prefer the not say anything and just manage it from the world between worlds, but I'm open to whatever the group wants to do.
I really think it's worth a shot to go in there and just say, hey, like Slyrax said, we're already on top of this. We just need the storage room for a couple hours. Nobody can come in yet. Let us do our thing. You know how we work. We'll be out your hair.
But we won't, though.
So?
But what good is that if we then need to bring people in there to stay forever?
How about this then? Can we tell him that? We go there for a couple hours. Valkyrus posts to his men. Then we tell his little scribe or whatever outside, hey, look, the thing's developed. This area is extremely unsafe. We're taking care of it. Just tell everyone not to come back here. Or to stay away from here everywhere. But then it's not us delivering this unfortunate news to the Underbaron. We already have our okay to be there. Now he's just being informed that we just need a little bit longer.
What if I make a thunder wave while we're in there to like kind of rock the ground a bit, and then we come out and say, nope,
That
definitely
was-
off limit.
That actually, I mean, that's sounds like a pretty good
I
idea.
think we have some good plans. You know, I feel like I want to apologize. Someone mentioned hiding the door, destroying the door. I think I poo-pooed
I
it too quick.
mentioned I could just smooth the wall out and then make a wall,
I was saying we could put the false door up many
like a
times.
stone shape, and then so they can cut through it.
Good.
Uh,
Not quite as safe, but it is.
I mean, but in
possibility.
combination with other things, because they make the wall
Okay,
and
okay,
then
yeah.
maybe
don't-
then have guard
gonna
the
say,
storage.
It only takes one skilled person to tell that that's not real. It's gonna
No,
take-
no, it would be real.
But
It
if
would be
you do
stone.
that-
I can stone shape the actual stone.
Oh, okay.
Over the door.
Valkyra shrugs and says, I mean, I'm just a paranoid person. That would be secure until it's not. I think. Don't. I'm just very, 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 very paranoid. I look like people in places. If we just put a wall up that will forever close the door, that will solve it. Until some annoying mage finds some very, very old script that says that's where a door should be. But that's probably months from now.
But no, we're saying
What
in
if a
combination
paranoid person
like the
just walked in and cast Dispel Magic?
and it wouldn't be dispelled. No. That wouldn't.
It's not.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a
It's
It's
standing
actual
illusion.
stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actual stone once it's done.
Mhm.
Well, okay.
So
Let's.
combination.
So, blocking off the door with stone.
Actually, wait. But then we said we didn't want to do that because if someone knew that there was a door there, then they'd be questioning why there's no longer a door there. Unless we say the threat was coming from inside the door, so we wanted to just.
Yeah, there's just more unknowns with that, with not having like a squadron posted there. I think that was the main argument.
Well, so I think.
Is there a
I
way to get Bob?
So I think
into
we
the
should do
room?
both. I think we should do the stone wall, but still
talk
have
to the
troops there
Underground?
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, this is
entrance.
a really big room. Do we need there to be nobody in there?
Is there a way to get Bob in there just to sit on the shelf and monitor comings and goings for?
I do think we need to have Rogue Curious men for sure. Definitely still think that.
Neither of the Bobs could go in there. I guess High Bob could technically, but Rokura says, so I could always have the more clandestine of my people just keep an eye on the area and then solve problems as they arise.
A little bit of scrying never hurt.
Well, I meant
True,
like
because-
spy and kill those who enter type of thing, or drug and distract. Like,
Yeah, maybe let's go that route.
I do have a few cut
two,
purses on my payroll.
if we have a whole group of people, aside from the Underbaron, I think it'll draw other eyes. So let's
Well,
just.
Could always.
All right, so what are we doing?
I am against this. We could bring the
I'm
Underbaron into our cabal. Oh, we're trying to figure out. I don't want anyone going into that room again besides us. If that's not an issue, if no one else is worried about that, we can just not be worried about that.
No. I don't think anyone else is going to.
Okay. So, being that the city is now on top of the wall, eventually someone will find something that says that was going to happen if X, Y, and Z happen, I think.
Yes, they're
now-
looking into it more now.
Yeah, absolutely, and not just people here, people around the world will. I can guarantee you people in Riveria will, and that is a nation that has a bunch of very ancient giants living there. The chance that one of them knows what this is not zero. So I guess what I'm saying without saying it, having said it before,
You're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying I want to keep Riveria out of here when they figure out what's here.
Stone wall plus troops plus scrying?
No, not scoring. It was clandestine troops or active troops.
Yeah,
Or both.
either or.
Let's do all of the plans.
So let's just convince the Underbaron that he needs two of us. That's the easiest way. He can keep anyone he wants out there, and we can have our people guard it while he just gives the thumbs up.
Sure.
Now, if we can pay him, we can bribe him, we can convince him with words, not that. We can lie to him convincingly. I think the otherworldly threat is a good idea. They've just dealt with that. The Fey War is escalating. You've just come
let's
from
do that.
Craghammer fighting changelings. Like, you have
Exactly.
plausible things to say.
Yeah, let's do that again. We could do the whole. Yeah, let's do that.
The information you have for him, remind me again, is it good news or bad news for him?
I don't think I said anything to anyone about that, actually.
But the nature of the news is that you have news.
Either.
I think you mentioned you wanted to talk to him. I don't think you said any reason why.
Mm.
Then never mind. I was trying to see if you should go first or second.
Soften him up or something.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Oh. You know, maybe. I'll go second. We'll see.
Okay. Side note, look at this very ominous shadow of the crossbow.
I know. I
Oh,
keep
yeah.
I've been looking at that.
Right? Oh, is it a crossbow?
What is that thing here?
That's his crossbow, because his light's on.
That's awesome.
So, but doesn't bode
Oh.
well for my guy, the
I was like,
Underbaron.
this is foreboding. I was looking at that the whole time.
I was like, oh no, they're gonna kill him. Is
Right.
my NPC gonna kill my NPC?
The table inside of there, that is made from Riveria. I mean, that is made of the world. That map is stone, correct?
In
His
the
or the room where it happens?
Room where it happened.
stone.
Yeah, stone.
Why don't you just stone shape the map out of existence?
Well, it can't be out of existence. I could cover it up to just
Make
look
it a
like a
table.
table. That's what I was saying. I could do that, and then I think we just gloss past it over it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just as an extra, you put that up. The stone.
Right, because we already made
have
a
the-
copy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I can do that when we go back.
Okay.
Back,
So
back.
you all make your way to the Underbaron, walk into his room. He looks up from his papers. Ugai, come in, please. And Relcuris, come.
And you, why are you?
And you.
You all come,
Thank
take
you for
seats on
seeing
the.
us on such short notice.
Well, I was told you had information about my city being in the air.
Indeed.
Well,
I actually have been looking into it. I feel like we're on a good trail.
all right.
Which brings us to you. The next stage in our investigation happens to lead through one of your storerooms. We figured we would ask permission before we went poking around.
I appreciate that. One of my storerooms is by the city's in the air.
No. Unfortunately, we're not as close to solving it as we would like to be. Merely following a lead to the next clue.
Right. What do
We'll
you
put it-
need from my storeroom?
Is-
What do you need from
That's
us?
the way it would look.
no, he said, what do we need?
Oh,
we
what do you need?
access to it.
Say it
I
again.
don't think we're entirely sure yet.
We just need access to it for right now. Just take a look around.
Simple enough.
Our path leads through it.
Is it absolutely that?
No, he says
No.
simple enough.
Oh,
I don't think there's a through in the store. They are solid rooms.
solid room. Oh,
Fair enough.
There needs to be something in this room then.
Might we take a look anyway? At the very least, we could check off a box.
Roll
box at the
persuasion.
same
please.
side at that.
Persuasion with advantage.
14 is a 24.
Let's go.
Is.
Persuasive motherfuckers.
We done ran this play many a time. Let's get it, Sly,
The thoughtful conversation play.
That's how he robbed people before he linked up with the group.
Underbaron
Don't forget where he
nods.
came from.
I know. Underbaron nods and says, "Well, the sooner I get this solved, the better. The upper city is convinced we've done something, or they're convinced it's an attack on the city at large. They'd rather it be us because that's easier. The sooner we can give some answers, the better for all of us. Now, storage room. Yes, I can give you access to that. I do have one caveat, though.
Yes, eh?
Okay.
Of course.
He looks a little uncomfortable, and he says, "My main storage room has a door. Do not open that door. Do not think, or can I conceive how it could be involved in this?
We'll make sure that no one opens that door.
Well,
If it
hold
makes
on.
you feel any better.
What's
He's
behind
asking
the
us to
door?
do us exactly what we're trying to do. Shh.
No,
Our heads,
but I
that's what
want
I
to.
say.
I want to know what he knows.
exactly.
So I say out loud,
Mm-hmm.
"What's behind the door?"
Roll persuasion.
Is there anything we should be worried about coming out of that?
Right.
Seems serious.
Is this
All
thing
right.
catch or
Why,
rolling?
Why?
Because you asked the question. You
With
can't
help?
piggyback.
Help,
Can
maybe?
he help?
I just gave Flyrack help.
Can
I
he help?
cannot roll with advantage. No, straight roll, please.
He did roll with advantage.
Did he?
He definitely rolled with advantage. You gave him advantage.
You gave me advantage.
Yes.
It was on your order.
It was on my order.
Yeah.
For this, it will not be advantage because it's not something that Underbaron
All right, I'm
wants to
gonna go
talk about.
myself.
But to be fair,
Hold on, what is
I
it?
still would've been
Persuasion
23.
Yes, persuasion.
15.
Ooh, okay,
Um,
okay.
The Underbaron
Respectable.
says, I've had this post for 7 years. Upon taking it, there were certain instructions left to me. Some of those instructions are not to open that door. I believe the man who gave them to me, he believed the woman that gave them to him, and so on.
Yeah, you cut out a little in the middle of that.
I believe the man that gave me the instructions not to open that door.
Cut
He
out
be-
again.
What?
he
Cut out.
believes-
Cut out again.
Am I cutting out again?
At the same,
Always at the same spot.
man who
Okay.
gave it to me.
It's
Pick
like
up from
you're
there.
censoring yourself.
Secret, y'all.
The
What's
man who
behind
gave
this
it to
door?
me.
Can you
Come
hear me
out of
now?
y'all.
Yeah, but just start from that point.
Okay. So he said, I'll start earlier and see if it lets me go through.
What?
Did
Yo,
it cut off again?
Yeah.
Right, the CIA
Let-
Stop for like
let
2
me-
seconds and then comes right back.
and I say it's blocking you, bro. You say it's something
Real
important.
time
We
redaction.
might have to hop off Discord because this shit is crazy. They said that nigga that shot Charlie Kirk was on Discord.
This is what I'm gonna do.
Wow.
I'm gonna close my Discord and open it back up again, just really quick.
Oh
Alright.
man.
All right, yeah, do that.
I'm kind of uncomfortable, guys.
This shit
Okay,
ain't-
okay.
man.
Can you hear me now?
You
Is it
can't
cutting
bet.
out? Was it working?
We hear you, but say like one of the group's name.
Ugai.
Wait, you can say Ugai. That's
We can say
clearly been
Ugai.
okay.
Jeez. Okay. So the Underbaron says, I've had this position for 7 years now. Upon taking it, the instructions I was given for certain things included not opening that door. I believe the man who told me that. He believed the woman that told him that, and so on.
Understood. We'll respect that.
Heard.
He nods.
Out of game, can you put the stream back up?
I was going to say that, yeah.
Below above
If the
board.
stream is what's fucking up the audio, we can do without it.
We'll see.
Below above board. Can you put the stream back up?
It is back up. Underbaron says, I've actually been working through some of the old information I've been given to see if it has any information about this happening. If I come across anything that would be pertinent to us figuring this out, I'll let you know.
Much appreciated.
Jerry says in his head, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
All that conversation for nothing.
We about
Please inform Cliff I've given you permission to have access to the storerooms.
who the fuck is a Cliff?
The gentleman
Imagine
that
the man who
let you
escorted
in.
us in here.
That would be
And
Cliff, yes.
is there any phrase that we should know to make this not fugazi?
Wiggle
Like
wiggle.
he'll know
Just-
it's from you.
Yeah, tell him I said it. That's it. Just tell him I said it.
That's it. That's what he needs
That's
to
the
know.
word.
I said it.
Does this mean most people don't get down far enough to say that you said it?
People don't
What
lie on my
happened?
name down here.
What about on the way down?
Anyone who's lied on my name ended up 6 feet.
We didn't have any problems coming down.
How does that 6 feet account for the 90?
Okay, guys.
96 feet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Off to the storeroom.
It turns out I have a giant hole in the floor where our mine used to be. So we'll probably be using that for that kind of thing going forward.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we're going to get out of here. Also, it's 84.
Pardon?
We're going to get out of here, but it's not 96, it's 84 feet. You went
Why
up.
would it be 84 feet?
No, it'd be 96. What are you talking about? What are you talking? Get out of here.
You lost 6 feet underground.
No, the ground is 90 feet away from us now. You bury a dead body
You know
6
what?
feet
You
underground.
know what? Put a body in front of me and let me murder. I don't care about this math shit.
Just get out of here.
Cliff, get me a body. Cliff peeks his head in. Was that sarcastic? That's sarcastic, Cliff. Close the door back.
I'll kill him.
If you don't mind, I do have some other things to get to. I thank you for being on top of this. I'm sure it'll make everyone in the town feel better.
Sure.
Jerry looks at the group and says, I guess I'm the wild card.
I messaged to the Underbaron. I do have one thing I'd like to speak with you in private about, very quickly.
Yo, she's such a snake.
I tell the group.
He responds
I'll be out in
back.
just a second.
He responds back. Well, this is interesting. Sure.
Yeah.
Relcurus stands and says, "Oh, Underbaron, thank you for not providing me a seat. The floor was very comfortable."
Oh shoot! No.
Underbaron smirks knowingly and says, "I thought you could use a chance to hop off that high horse. To be honest,
Oh,
the exit is
man,
the way you came."
good grief! I'll be out in a second, guys.
Relcurus
Okay,
gives a
I'll-
bow and makes his way out.
I hate when mom and dad fight.
Mm.
Meet you there, I guess.
Tina's already there.
We all head out.
What were you saying about Fina?
He's
I said
already out.
Fino's out the door already.
Okay.
Oh.
The Underbaron, after the doors close, he sits back down. So,
I'm like, I remember
Don't trust your
exactly
friends, huh?
Not exactly that. I'm trying to remember what exactly I was trying to say. Oh, I can't find it.
Oh well, maybe you should
I
ask
say-
Fina. No, I'm kidding.
You're here now.
Yeah. Shit. It was about the
About his family's name.
yeah. It was about the thing, like, fuck,
Succession to the throne.
It was the
the succession, like
Oh,
that it was rigged, that I overheard it, like I recalled that I overheard that it was something. Fuck, I can't remember exactly what it was though.
Where's your note?
I'm trying to find the notes. It's so long.
Roll history with advantage for me.
Okay, thank you. I remember being in someone's house and overhearing about the plot. Oh, yes. Okay. Awesome. I rolled an 18, 19 on the die. Let me see what that is. Okay, 21.
21. You were in the process of robbing one of the top disc houses of the nobility. In the process, when you had to hide, you heard two individuals who you did not see discussing rigging the succession so that Bloodkith lost and Eversharp would win. They were convinced that without interference, it would be Bloodkith easily, and that they would need to not only ensure that Eversharp won, but ensure the destruction of the Bloodkith house.
But they didn't say how,
Elon
or I
Musk
didn't hear
report.
them say how.
You did not see
Or-
her
Who's
say
gonna
how.
guess?
Oh, that came back to me when the memory returned, right?
Correct. Because you ran
Yeah.
on the way out, you ran into one of these servants who wiped your memory.
Right. So I say, I pretty much reiterate that. I pretty much say when the memories return, something came to mind, and pretty much give that. And then I say, also, interestingly enough, the current king is now, well, I'll leave it at that. I'll talk to Bill about the rest of this stuff.
He has a heavy, heavy frown on his face.
Me too.
I knew there was foul play in the succession. I did not anticipate other hands outside of Eversharp's. This is troubling.
Can I remember which noble's house it was?
That you were robbing? Let me see.
I say to the group while you look at that up, I say to the group in our mind, should I tell him about Eversharp having a golem for himself?
How did we find this out? Oh, scrying on him.
Scrying on him.
Mhm.
Why not? I don't give a fuck about Eversharp.
Any objections?
No.
So I share that as well. I say he's not very popular, and I can tell you there's some issues with golems, and turns out he's using a golem himself to roam around the city in his stead.
His frown deepens. So you would have been in. You would have been robbing a house in the Strongheart district. So you would have been in their clan house.
I say the conspirators connected to the Strongheart.
Hey, just above board, real quick. You really judged us for like being small time criminals, and you were doing all this shit. That's crazy.
Indiana Jones?
I don't think I judge you for being small-time criminals. I think it was more
She
of
said
a.
y'all too small time.
It's a bit.
No, she judged us for how we were doing it.
Yeah, he was like, you guys are petty criminals who are just robbing storefronts.
Yeah, not quite, but sure.
That's what it felt like.
It was more like, look at these messy clowns. Tighten up.
We weren't messy. We had we ran plans.
So, anyways, Bloodkith says, the Strong Hearts were my closest allies. Not quite sure what to do with this information. It's been 45 years.
Yes.
Well, given all that's going on in the world, and his very low rating, and apparently inability to keep his kingdom safe, thought it was worth noting. Do with it what you will.
Is, if you should ever make your way back to Craghammer, track down my son. I'm sure he.
Your son?
Yes.
Lord, don't let it be a name I know already.
Say, please tell me we already met this motherfucker and didn't even know
They
it.
killed him and murdered
No, it's your ex-boyfriend.
or stole from him.
That's his ex-boyfriend.
My son, Vista Bloodkith.
This
He's-
their blood.
He's been obsessed with excavating our old district.
Oh.
Refused to
Vista?
leave.
As long as he doesn't work for the Pierce breastplate, I think we're good.
Right. Where might I find him? Any?
Probably the fighting pits. He's a champion. He makes a circuit to raise money, but yeah, on occasion he will be a dish champion of one or the other. Shouldn't be too hard to track down.
Okay.
But
I don't want to do this, guys.
good thing you're not in the room. Bloodkith says, for the moment, these are my people. This is my home. My son, I'm sure, feels very differently. As a crown he has coveted.
Mhm.
Should he tell him I'll support any claim he wants to make.
Understood. All right.
He gets up and he says, don't underestimate Eversharp. He will do whatever it takes to keep power. He was willing to take us to civil war. I wasn't.
I'm sorry?
He was willing to take the kingdom into civil war for that. I was not. It's part of why he sits on it now and I don't.
Do I know what he's talking about?
He was willing to take.
I
To a
understand what you're
degree.
saying.
So when the succession came into question, and there were two main houses that everyone thought between those two would be a champion or win it. When it became Eversharp, there was a very large contingent that wanted Bloodkith to take it through violence, just to take the throne, because everyone thought the succession had been tampered with, or there were rumors that it wasn't fair. Eversharp was willing to immediately go to war over it.
Oh, okay.
Bloodkith was not. He had his allies stand down. He was willing to vacate. Spent some time outside the mountain, but that became an issue. People was trying to give him titles, so he ended up moving further away than that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
But that's a story for another time.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Bloodkith gets up and says, "Thank you for bringing this to me. When I have time, things settle down, I'm sure I'll do more with it. But for now, should you see my son, let him know. And please do not tell anyone else."
Sure.
He walks you out. And closes the door behind you. Cliff walks back up. Now that you're all assembled, are you staying? Are you going? Do I need to make another meeting for you? Is it a follow-up meeting? How have you made my life more difficult?
He
You
said
just need
take
to
his-
escort us to the storage rooms.
He said that?
Yes.
He did.
All right. He
And
said
for
it.
your information, we're trying to save it, not make it more difficult. Talking about your life.
You'd be surprised how often those things kind of clash. But okay, come on, let's go. He'll walk you over. He'll hand you a key. This opens the storeroom. I guess bring it back when you're done. I don't know how this works. Here, take the key.
Is this the main one? There are multiple. This is the main one.
This is the main storeroom. Yes, we keep it across from what used to be the mines. It was very, very convenient until now it's not, because the mines are on the ground and we are not.
And how many people usually have access to this?
Usually it is the mine clan leaders, whoever is in charge of the shift that day, usually has access, opens it up for removal of boxes or insertion of boxes.
And have you seen any strangers come into this room or out of this room in the past few days?
Strangers are not allowed into the storerooms.
So I asked my question. Have you seen any strangers come in or out in the past few days?
Oh, buddy, I feel like I answered that question.
That's a no.
That would be a no, yeah.
We could have skipped all that with 2 letters.
2 letters, 1 word. So,
Oh,
here's the
Thank
key.
you for your.
He'll give you guys
Is this
the
what I
key
do to
and
people?
walk away, writing something down, and go back to managing the ins and outs of Bloodkith's office.
Yeah, it's a walking. Jerry does say, "Is that what I do to people?"
A lot of the time, actually. But it's kind of funny.
Yeah, well, gotta be a gracious loser. He got me.
Okay. You guys are at the warehouse doors. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say you open them.
Mhm.
Open them up.
The first thing I want to check is how visible the doors are from like as soon as you open the door. Is the other door immediately visible?
Okay, give me 1 second. Way on the ground. As you first look in, all you can see is boxes. You cannot see the back wall or the side walls.
Okay.
Though you all had scooted some boxes to make kind of a path, you can kind of see through the maze of boxes there is a bit of the path you guys kind of push through.
Huh.
All right, Curious George, how many men you think you need to hold this space?
He walks in, looks around. Well, if we can get all the boxes out, I could fit a lot in here. Need? Who knows? I could put easily 20 comfortable. I could build a barracks in here, honestly.
Right, but do you think we'll be able to convince him that that's necessary?
Well, it seems like he's pretty against opening that door.
How high is the ceiling?
Ceiling's 10 feet.
Or could we stack them 3 high?
No,
Or is it only 2 high?
too high.
Right, but if he already doesn't want the door opened,
Exactly.
like what reason could we give him? Like, no, you definitely don't want the door open, like without raising suspicion.
I think it's just
Is there-
Oh. So,
You know?
I was actually thinking about that. How we didn't want to tell him it was a portal to another realm, because that would spark curiosity. So I got to thinking, what would not? What would terrify even the Underbaron? What if instead of a portal, it was a void? We told him that we detected the presence of a void on the other side of that door. It is both powerful enough and mysterious enough to connect possibility of the rising, as well as scary enough to keep anyone away.
It seems like he is already making sure the door does not get open.
That too.
I think anything more toward that end might raise suspicion, and we might be good enough with this.
I don't know. I don't think he's ever questioned why not to open the door, given what he said. When he inherited the reins, one of the main rules was you never open that door.
Right.
If we give him a reason why the door should not be open, and then we give him a reason why, we might be the people who are the only people who could open this door and not cause ruin to your lands. Maybe that's a convincing argument.
My concern is he's looking through documents or papers, don't know what or from where, and he might possibly stumble across the why behind it. And if he now knows that we know something about it, then well,
Then we lose a friend.
but maybe we gain a world full of enemies too at the same time.
Rokura's is moving boxes, by the way, while you guys are talking.
What you doing?
Oh, moving some boxes.
To do what, buddy?
I thought we were going.
Have space for a squad.
We're gonna seal the. We're gonna seal it, right?
Well, he knows it's there, so now that feels problematic.
Yes, we do not
Oh.
want to.
We know
Oh.
that he knows.
Oh, I'll put him back. Start putting the boxes back.
We'll leave them stacked all the way up to leave space for your troops.
Wait, so
You're still trying to
again,
bring troops in.
if we do troops, I think they need to be clandestine.
Can anybody check for traps on this door?
We've opened the door already from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but from this side there might be traps.
I mean, we came in though. We walked around a bit. We would have
And then went right through.
loosed the traps if that were the case. I think.
Let me see.
It is of my belief that the best thing to do with this door is nothing. To leave things as they are.
I can do a quick detect magic in the direction of the door. I'll do that.
Okay. The door is immensely magical.
Cool. Well, it's a magical door.
How long do you need for your troops to get to the door? Jerry asked about the
Well, if we're doing clandestine, I can have people down here very quickly. I can activate the people who are already down here.
Can you get 10 people in here who don't need to eat? Like right
In
now?
here? Through the back door, sure. Would that be as fast as we could do it, I suppose? Who don't
What if-
that don't need to eat? Not right now, no.
Okay.
Hide them in
What about
boxes.
this? What if we have a few clandestine keeping an eye on this side, and then we have some like a rotation of guards on the inside, where if someone does open the door, they don't see past the bullet shotgun in front of their face. Crossbow.
Shotgun?
No, crossbow. I just
Okay. Roker says, right. I like the idea. I do have some people that work for me that are very much ask no questions, get paid to the job, and tell nothing after. I have people who prefer to have their memories wiped after jobs. So this is definitely achievable.
if we do the whole curtain thing so they can't see into the realm, and they can just have shifts in and out. Just keeping the door from the inside.
I like it. I think this is a good plan. I think this is solid. I think it checks the boxes we're trying to check.
Okay.
And then we replace 40 of these boxes with mimics. So then anybody comes in here, they should get stuck.
They
I-
never leave.
You're joking, but I have a mimic plug. Should you want to do that?
You can put the box immediately in front of the door, make it a mimic.
Just to be clear,
Yes.
you're going to kill a lot of
Yes.
people with this. Mimics don't leave
Only if
behind
they come in
remains.
here.
I was like, last box.
Oh,
Move to the
shoot.
side. Stuck.
No, let's not. I think
I think that's a great idea.
I think it'd be lovely to see.
But only one, of course, not all of them. Just one.
Just
Just-
one.
You
just
know,
the
as a
one
last
into
line
the
of
door.
defense.
I will try to see if I can requisition a mimic that looks like a crate.
wait, are we serious? How often do mimics
Are
have
we
to eat?
serious?
Mimics?
They don't. They
Yeah.
just eat when
Just do
something
it.
comes. Like you find them in dungeons, and they've been there for decades.
Guys,
Instead
are
of
we,
getting
are we
a,
gonna,
I don't need to do this.
a door,
find a door mimic.
a door mimic?
Mimic.
We just put him over the door.
That's
If
hilarious.
anyone needs to come into the storeroom, they can come into the storeroom. They can do everything that they've always been able to do, no worries. Since no one's supposed to touch the door anyway, no one should get hurt.
This is
If
fucking
for
great.
some reason anyone gets the bright idea to try, they're gone.
Curious smiles and says,
I see no downsides to this plan.
"I could maybe get a door mimic.
I
Maybe.
like that better than the
Maybe.
box mimic.
I will help cover the cost.
Yeah, because somebody could just be doing their job over the box.
Just
If
move
it
the
doesn't
box.
work, you're going too far.
And then it's like, that's why you don't touch the door.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Somebody comes back with, like, you know,
Anyone who
serious
touched the
trauma.
door is already up to no good. They're already breaking the rules. So fuck.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Then if they open the door, wow, shots in
What
the
if they
face.
fall into the door?
And
What if they
earn
fall our
that.
box into the door?
But then
Well, that's
bad luck, and it was probably their time.
Okay. So Rokira says,
Survival of the fittest.
somebody roll a d20 for me. I want to see how easily he can requisition a door mimic.
oh. Mm,
Who's rolling?
5.
5?
Not me.
Oh, we got the
5
roll. It was
minutes?
5.
Sorry, go ahead.
So Rokira says, let me talk to some people who can talk to some people, and I'll see about getting this door mimic.
In the meantime, we can do the thing, do the plan.
Yeah,
Should we
I mean,
check
can-
anywhere else? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We can just keep the key. I imagine Now, if the mine's not up here, they're not going to have any use for it until they have some way to connect the mine to the Undercity again.
Again, that seems suspicious. But I was gonna say, should we check any other areas while we're down here? Just like, yeah, we checked out a couple areas, including the storage room. And... yeah.
Do you think?
We told him that we just needed to check the storeroom.
Mhm.
You just have to look like we are defeated and kind of disappointed when we tell him that we were wrong.
Fino, as you guys are having this conversation in this room and you're looking around, all the boxes you're looking at inside the storeroom now, none of them have the brand of Clan Bloodkith.
I'm sorry?
Do they have anything on them?
The boxes that are blocking that big ass door had the brand. The boxes here
Right.
in the actual room proper do not. They're just unmarked crates.
Hold on. Even the ones closest to the door.
No.
No, except the ones over there at the.
No.
So
I've got-
essentially, like this row, the ones that are actually blocking the door, that's the one that Fino. These boxes where Fino saw the mark of Bloodkith, and you opened them up and they were crossbows. All the other crates here in the actual rest of the room don't seem to have that mark.
Okay, so those
That he's
still have
currently
the
looking
ones
at.
there.
You can go back there and check, but as far as like,
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going to go check one of the crates.
Because unless we in a different room there. Or
so
all
Fino, you
store.
open up one of the other crates without the markings. It's mining equipment. It's pickaxes. It's spare wheels for the carts, stuff like that.
This
Casper,
looks like that.
Say again.
This looks like the room we were in before, right?
Well, this is the room.
Okay, I'm sure of it. Okay.
Katra goes back behind some crates back towards the door, and those crates towards the door do have the mark of blood, Clan Bloodkith. But it seems they are intentionally in the back of the room with other boxes in front of them.
Interesting.
Slyrak is going to. Can he chip off a piece of one of those old crates, or maybe take a nail out of one of those?
Mm-hmm. Easy enough. No roll for that.
I need to. I will be able to teleport.
From this side of the door, actually, do we see any markings or anything on the door?
You'd have to move a lot of boxes to get an actual good
Oh,
view.
here, would you mind?
I'm remiss to say I started to do that.
Right, exactly.
I understand. Different reason.
Sure. No problem. And he'll do and start quickly moving boxes.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Just get big, move boxes.
Mm-hmm.
He moves all the boxes out the way.
How tall is he compared to me when he's like giant size? Am I like at his kneecap?
Like 16 feet.
Yeah, you're at his kneecap.
I just walk between his legs. Just go back. Okay. I don't like these shadows. What is that?
Ominous.
Yeah. Are there any markings?
Roll investigation for me.
Is it stone? Yes, it is. With advantage.
With advantage. Why is everything in this world
And a
stone?
+5. Wait, what is it? Let me see.
Everything
Wait a minute.
We have to introduce some metal
happens
doors.
underground in this campaign.
Yeah, I see.
Stone cunning. Wait a minute. Which one is it?
So you got it.
History check plus double proficiency. Okay, hold on. Da. A natural 20.
Nat 20. So, at first glance, it is a pretty indistinct door, very well made, but there didn't seem to be any real markings on it. As you kind of run your hand across to check the handle, get down low to the ground, there. Let me not fuck my lore up. Give me 1 second. What languages do you speak?
Slap, could you join me for a moment?
He's horrible.
Slap, please. Thank you so much.
Alright, slithers up. Do you need something?
Yes.
This
I
fucking
speak
all the answers.
Draconic, Druid, Dwarvish, and Primordial.
You know what?
If it's none of those, I call Slyrak. So, can you read something?
It is none of those. Slyrak and Pheno come over as you point out near the bottom of the door frame at the top of it. After you remove some centuries worth of dust, there is script there. Slyrak, can you read every language, or do you recognize and can read? Like, would you know what it is, or can you simply just read it?
Actually, let me pull up my character sheet. I haven't read that feat in a while.
Yeah, I can't remember how that works exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it may just make sense and you not know what it is.
It just says read.
If you don't read it,
What languages do you speak?
abyssal or abyssal, the whatever, common and thieves can't think.
Yeah, I do also know Draconic in Sylvan,
Yeah, no Draconic too.
as is.
It is none of those.
Actually, and I call Rocurus too, since I know that there are giants involved in this too. Maybe he can.
Old shit though, it might be like Primordial.
I speak Primordial, so it better not be that.
Oh, okay.
Well, first of all, you can read this, Slyrak, because you can read everything. The one,
I know what it says.
so on top it says, give me 1 second.
I know what it says, I don't know what it is.
Nope. That's weird.
That is weird. It's a weird sentence.
I speak giant. I didn't hear anybody else mention giant. So.
Or curses.
I told Rocurus to come over.
Yeah. So as Jerry and Relcurus come over, they both go, "That's the giant."
Hey,
Oh.
Oh shit.
what's it say?
Hold on,
You don't even need me. I
Mhm.
just link to the back.
No! Slyrak.
No, not like in a depressing way.
Oh, you said slink, so that
Hey,
savage.
no snake. Sorry. I didn't. It's four coastal words.
Casually slide.
Slither.
We're fighting against that type of language.
Very divisive.
I scooted my way
Give
to
me
the
1 second, guys.
Speaking of which, Slyrak, how many more days we got on the tail injury?
I think it's only one more.
Here's a feather on it. So he can shake his tail feather.
shake it. Just slowly.
Like a red nose.
Okay. So,
We're just gonna hit the head with a frying pan? What the fuck was that?
someone did. Very cartoony.
That's you.
That was me? Oh.
That did sound very Looney Tunes.
Yes, yes. Um, so, Jerry and Relcurus can read the bottom inscription. They cannot read the top. The top is not in Giant.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
The top, in a different language that Slyrak can read, says, "A mistake made in haste, a fix made in rush." And the bottom says,
Hold on.
"Oh, okay."
Writing it down.
Made in haste.
A fix made in.
Fixed made in rush.
That's gonna be my tattoo on my inner thigh.
Okay. Alrighty. That was the top.
Same thing.
No. Because the first one is in haste, you had a kid, and then a rush was that you got a vasectomy. But keep going.
What?
So you stop.
Wow, that actually makes so much sense. It was never again.
Oh man.
Whew,
You know that it makes sense though.
so much sense. The bottom inscription, which is in Giant, says, "The moons are his, but this ground is ours."
Oh, okay. Moons are his, but this ground is ours.
Giants, they got the ground. Who the fuck is at the moon? The man on the moon. Where he at?
Right. And magically we get broadcast. This ground is ours. Okay. Okay.
When they say that, because I'm seeing what does that mean? I'm curious.
Right.
Who do the moons belong to?
Relcurus looks as confused as you all. Let me roll history for him.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's
dude.
magic powered by this? Powered by the moon. Who draws power from the moon?
Wait, there are two moons, right?
There are 3 moons. One is
Three
cracked.
moons.
Yeah, one has a chunk.
Oh, the
thing out
prime
of it.
moon.
Mhm.
Oh, right.
That was Solora's.
Right. It's all coming back to me.
Go.
Yeah, one has a giant crack out of it. And in, well, you guys haven't been spiced up, so I'll leave that where that is.
Sure we have.
Not outside.
You have not gotten the context that would fit this moment.
We're just high all the time. You know that?
Is that, Real Curious says, I mean, no one owns the moons. They're the moons. You can't even reach them. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
So-
But
so
this ground is
I
ours.
see you were the muscle. I get it.
No,
Can I-
hold on now. I know a lot of things. It's just that I'm not from then. I am from now. So what I know are stories and things that have been told to me.
You're from now.
What kind of stories have you been
Yes.
told
How old
about
are
the
you,
moon?
Curious?
You don't ask a person that.
Why not?
Are you a dainty lady from 1800?
We live so much longer than you all. It makes you uncomfortable when you find out how old we are.
Well, I feel like you're making this uncomfortable. Just
You're correct. It is uncomfortable. Thank you.
oh my god. Oh
Well, if he does not want to tell any of these. that's
Well,
it.
no, because then if you... What I found in command and leadership is when people find out my age, they get all weird about it because they're like, oh, that young person's giving me commands. Look how much faster he rose in the ranks than me. Look how more accomplished he is. I've wasted my
Motherfucker,
How
life.
old
not
are you,
giving us commands,
okay?
you asshole.
I'm 20 years old. There. You're all unaccomplished adults.
what?
Unaccomplished.
What? He's 20 years old.
You've been fucking hanging around
Didn't
with
see that one coming.
See?
Well,
look at how all your faces are changing. Look at this. Look at this.
20 more years in the
Yo,
fucking
some-
dungeon, so you probably like
A
really
couple of them
700.
frozen giants fucked, and they had one curse.
That's crazy.
He's really from this time.
Oh,
shit.
you're right. That is uncomfortable. Now I'm uncomfortable. Look what you did.
You see,
should've
I
stuck
told
to
you.
your-
I was trying to be friends and share information, but you just insisted that I tell you.
Oh.
Jerry probably babysat him.
Oh, that's awkward.
Jerry, did you babysit him as a baby?
Your mic's really messing up there, Chris.
Right.
That was weird.
Fair. I'm
He
Hey,
did not.
hey,
4 years older than you.
Can you hear me? Now?
There you go.
Okay. I remember getting you.
Google.
I thought it was static. No. No. That was intentional. Okay.
I thought it was static too.
Oh boy, this is awkward indeed. Well,
Rel Curious says, I'm young, I'm accomplished, I'm talented. We'll leave that where it is.
Your accomplishments have nothing to do with this. We were just laughing at how young you are. That's just all.
a mere child.
And then you get the whatever. Anyways,
He's a wee little lad.
I am
He looks
So I heard
like
a grown
he's only
man.
24.
you, boy.
I am a grown man.
Don't go in there drinking. I'll tell your father. Don't come on.
His father's probably younger than us.
So would you have me pull all the alcohol from the home between worlds? Should I do that then?
Yeah,
'Cause that's
really
all
don't.
my alcohol.
No, you cannot
Whoa,
touch
whoa,
it. You are not allowed to touch it.
Whoa.
This is our alcohol now. It has been confiscated.
It's been confiscated from this juvenile delinquent. Oh,
As a
this
matter of fact, I think the street lights are on and I hear your mother.
Real Curious just like rubs his forehead. I regret
No, seriously.
so many
In
things.
all honesty, I'm curious. Can you find someone who may know what this means?
correct.
I don't know who
That's your
I
elder.
can ask around. It does not mean they'll know. It doesn't mean they'll tell me. And it may encroach suspicions about why I'm asking about such a very specific thing.
That's
Sure,
true.
I can try.
Resources
I'm going
we
to
can
be
ask
very,
about.
very
How did
careful.
you make such connections at such a young age?
I am extremely accomplished.
How?
What do you mean how? I'm gifted.
I'm gifted.
I'm
Huh.
good at things.
Did you go to school?
This
Or
is a
did you skip
meritocracy.
We have school. I excelled.
I believe if you write an autobiography, you have your first 2 buyers.
I see
True.
that. I am very accomplished. I was very ruthless. I excelled amongst my classmates. I am just good at things, and I do. I'm great at leadership and convincing people to do things against their own best interest. Like
You
me
convince
up on a
people to
train
stay
and
away
go
with you for
underground.
one thing.
No.
Anyways, does anyone recognize the top language?
Does it look like a derivative of any of the ones I know? Primordial, Dwarvish, Druidic, Draconic?
No. I'm gonna say no.
Abyssal.
Not abyssal.
Not infernal.
It's not giant.
Well,
It's not giant.
if it's
Infernal, thieves can't. That's all. That's all I got for you.
if it has to do with the giants, and it's not draconic, and it's not primordial, or any of the lower races, that kind of leaves celestial.
Hmm. Correct.
Talking something as powerful as what we're talking about. It seems to me that's one of the only options left.
That's interesting.
But let's make a rubbing of it and we'll find out.
But, yeah. Let's do that. Brian, if I cast detect magic on a certain, I know the whole door has magic, but like on a like just the words at the top.
So, detect magic gives you like a radius around you. So
Okay.
that was as you're over here with that. Yeah. So it doesn't isolate it. So all the magical things in eyesight light up as magic. If that were if the inscriptions were separately magic from the door, they would separately light up, as it were.
But they're not.
If that makes sense. No, it looks like the door is magic. The inscription itself is not.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Do any of the markings, like the non-word markings, harken back to anything I could glean hints from?
Let me back up. I do apologize. The top is in Draconic.
You know what? Me and you about to
What were
have
you saying?
fisticuffs.
What was it in your head?
I completely forgot that because you guys haven't met any dragonborns. Like you keep forgetting they exist, and that they speak the same language that true dragons speak. It's not a separate language.
Come on.
So in my head, it was the language that dragons speak, not remembering that. Oh, that's what the dragonborns speak now too. So that's the why. So top dragon, bottom giant.
Okay.
Do you understand? Cool. I think this is. I thought I had an idea, but I think the moon belongs to the dragons. It's not so much the moon, but the sky, because they can fly. And the dragons have written on the top, while the giants have written on the bottom. It's just about some kind of schism or split.
I don't think so, because it's just his.
Who was the leader of the dragons back then? Bezric?
Can I do an Arcana check on the door? Would it be possible to determine who made the door? If it's Arcanic magic or giant magic?
Ooh.
Huh. Roll Arcana for me. It'd be a silly high DC to try to tell what species the caster was.
Ah, no. That's 11.
No. You're not even sure if that's possible.
Fair enough.
Can I do the check I was gonna see about if anything reminds me of anything I've seen anywhere?
What check?
of the designs on the
stone. DM tell me secret check?
Yeah, that one. If like the stone symbols, other than the words themselves, kind of harken back to anything.
So I mean, outside of the actual inscriptions that you found, the doors are plain. It seems this was designed. This was designed fully for function. There is no embellishment. There is no artist signature. There is, we need doors, make doors.
Is there a keyhole anywhere?
No.
A handle? Are those handles actually there?
The handles are there. Yes, there's no keyhole.
Okay. Okay.
At our heads, I think we need to take this back to Baba.
Definitely. All right, guys. Let's put these back.
Oh, are we all going to do that? That's a group project? Putting the boxes back?
Yes.
No. Why?
You know, starts to push boxes.
Fina, you're up to his knee too.
I roll my sleeves up to reveal my scrawny arms. We must.
Catherine's like filing her nails, leaning against the door. Like, not a chance here.
You're right. Let the young guy do it.
Exactly.
Kira's size begins moving boxes.
20. Can you believe it?
I mean,
somebody probably
used.
Jerry goes and sits next to Catherine.
I mean, other bottles of alcohol older than him.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jerry goes and sits next.
You guys all old?
No, not really. I think like 30s.
Catchphrase.
Wait, how old am I?
Oh.
No, you're not 30.
I'm like
So
50.
you-
How old am
Oh,
I?
you're like,
Or dwarf.
Am I
you could
old?
be like 300.
You're a dwarf. Like I don't think you're a child.
I don't think I'm a child.
I
Well,
thought you were in your 60s or late
hold on.
50s.
No.
Vito's
no,
in his
no,
50s.
No. Hold on.
Because
You're older than
you're Indiana. You've been
Did you put
Indiana
on your
Jonesing for a
birthday?
while.
Right, but I'm on my walkabout effectively.
Also got his life fast forwarded.
Hold on. Wait.
Huh?
Let me character.
Fino got his life fast forwarded with
I'm
that
26.
magical shit.
What
Are you 26?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Midas?
You giving this guy?
How old are you?
That happened to Mice, I think. You're 26.
Yes. I'm on my
Which for a
walkabout.
dwarf is a fucking child as well.
Yeah, relax.
You're young Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
I don't tell y'all that at all, though. I'm just giving.
So great.
You look like a kid to Fino. Fino's 58.
Well, Fino's definitely an old man.
He's the old guy.
That's hilarious.
That's so fucking nonsense.
He'll never
Richard,
know.
I'm 70.
So the boxes have been put back.
That's
He made sure to put the
hysterical.
Blood Kith branded boxes where they're supposed to be. And he left a little bit of a path so that if you open the doors from the inside, you can kind of worm your way through.
All right, Rokurus, grab someone's hand. Let's go.
Oh shit.
Real curious, just shakes his head and walks out. Grown man.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But you guys head out. I assume close and lock the doors back.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are heading out, Rokurus kind of huddles you up. I don't think we need to tell Cliff if we've come to a conclusion yet or not.
Okay.
I think for now we can just keep the key until it comes up. We didn't really give the Underbaron a timeline either.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let's walk and talk.
I'm trying so hard not to make more age jokes. So hard.
I got the trouble.
As you all are walking, he says, "So I'm going
My
to."
hip. No.
Yes, you're old. I get it. I'm going to head back home to do some research. Well, actually, first I'm going to put. And just for a reminder, this is what the outside of that area looks like. There's a gate before the actual storage room, and this used to lead straight to the mines.
What's it look like now? Is it just a hole to the ground?
Yeah, so like where this is here, that's just empty air. So they
It's
still
really
have the
covered
grate.
that up.
They have the grate still because there used to be a grate to have at least to open
Oh.
that to have access to the mines. But now it
Oh,
just
okay.
leads to open air.
It's a nice
But-
little
Just leads
breeze,
to a
fresh
straight
air.
path. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so pretty much like the miners would line up here. They come in, get supplies, and head down.
Uh-huh.
They sing songs.
Interesting. Actually,
So
What
Rokurus
color-
says, "I'll get my people in place. I'll get my people in place to kind of keep an eye on for now. I'll head home, do a little research, see about that door enhancement we talked about,
uh-huh.
and
Who's
see
got
about."
the key? Should one of us hold on to it?
Yeah, one of you should keep it. Yes.
Hmm.
So one of you has storage room key.
Let me say Slugger.
All right. So
All right.
Slavak has the storage room key.
I feel like he's the holder of things.
That seems.
Huh.
um,
He what? Last time he threw shit all over the place.
That's true, and that was annoying, but besides that.
Child.
That wasn't me. That was a genie.
That was a genie. Real Curious says, I'm gonna do some research. You guys do some research. When should we meet back up? We think it's a tomorrow thing, couple days thing. What are we thinking?
I guess when you have
48 hours?
or or tomorrow by dinner, whichever is sooner. A couple of days. What are we gonna do for a couple of days?
Fuck around and find out.
I'd rather not do that.
Let's. I do have other responsibilities.
Exactly.
Let's say 2 days. I can come back in 2 days. It'll give me time to research. Give me time to carefully question some of the elders.
There's some things in Craghammer I would like to check out if we have spare time. So.
Seems we do.
And maybe things here will settle down just quite a bit. I'd rather not be involved in any civil war-y things.
Who do you think would win?
One thing before we go. I want to go back to that bar and maybe close up the fountain. I heard there was...
Oh, the bar where you guys found the entrance to the room where it happens.
Again, is that one of those things where where doing something would draw more attention than not doing something? But now it's just an old fountain that nobody cares about.
Catcher, if you're talking, we can't hear you. I feel like she got cut off mid-sentence.
All right.
Well, it's 12:08. We'll cut it there.
All right.
This is going to be a next time thing anyways. So
Right.
for now, we will say that you all make your way back to the... you start making your way back up to the upper city, and from there you can go where you want to go next session. But
Did you hear what I said about the fountain?
just that you want to seal the fountain, and then that was it.
Yeah, that'll only take a second to do though.
And then Slyrak asked if he thought that this could be another one of those where doing something would draw more attention than not doing something. Because it's
I mean,
just
I
an
think I could. I feel
old
like
well that
Ryan,
nobody cares about.
if I were like to sit on the edge of the bar and like, not the edge of the bar, the edge of like the fountain, like, could I casually like cast Stone Shape just to like kind of quietly seal where I know the hole is, or?
I mean, that's definitely a roll to see if you can do it quietly. You are casting magic. You know?
Subtle
And-
spell.
It doesn't matter if
So-
you cast stone shape on that. It's stone. So what?
No, to seal the part that goes down and
What I'm saying is, what you cast stone shape on it.
no one would necessarily see what was happening.
Yeah,
But they might
what you're
wonder.
doing, they might think it's
Right.
stone shape. Like put yourself on the stat on the what's it called, you know, or put the guy on there. Like make it a stone statue of us. Instead,
Change the
you know.
fountain entirely. So I mean, the
Yeah.
place you got in, you turned into like a goldfish to get into it. It wasn't like it's a biggest opening in the world. But if you want to go back there and try to do something, you can certainly try that. But it would be a
Yeah, I
dice.
don't know. I don't like certainly tries, but maybe next time.
Fair enough. And it was,
But to be fair,
as a reminder, it
it
was a
took us
very,
some-
very popular place.
All right, what'd you say, Manny?
I say it did take us like some severe magical acrobats to get
Get
through
in
that
there.
that crack.
Yeah, that's true.
Get through that crack.
Okay, I'm just
You don't.
paranoid now. And people be like looking with a fine-tooth comb, but I guess maybe too soon. I don't even know what they're looking for.
Yeah, it's just been like 12 hours since the city rose. So as time passes, these things become more of a concern. But
Yeah.
we'll figure it out next session if that's something you decide you want to do. You guys at least have 2 days until Rokurish is coming back.
Let's go back to the world between worlds. Ask Bob about this.
We'll do that next session.